Going around the table, do you think it's insecure for a guy to care about a woman's body count?
I don't think it's insecure for them to care. No.
Yes.
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think them caring comes from insecurity.
No.
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 Absolutely not.
Okay, why do you think it's insecure?
I mean, why would he care when it's not insecurity?
Greater or you want to? Q, you got
For
this.
him.
You got this. Go ahead, Q. You got this.
It didn't
Crack the knuckles.
It didn't crack. But okay. The number one reason we care is a phenomenon known as paternity uncertainty. I could sleep with every woman at this table, and if I was to do it with multiple men, we wouldn't know who the father of our kids would be. That promotes jealousy, sexual competition, etc. Then we also have to think about what type of mental illnesses or anything, personality disorders, would lead you to even sleep around. And we would want to mitigate that risk, because if you sleep around, then there's a higher likelihood that you could potentially cheat on me. It would be a proxy for your loyalty towards me. It would be a proxy for your fidelity towards me. I don't think that's insecure, because most men don't want to get cheated on. And if it's one thing that we can tell about a woman's past, is how she moves sexually when it comes to other men. So if you move sexually in a way to where you just always sleep around, or you sleep with multiple men at one time, then it's really, really difficult for me to consider you a worthy long-term mate, because I would just be concerned both intrinsically and externally about the fact that you would probably sleep around on me, you would cheat on me, or you would have a baby by somebody else on me. So it's ultimately about reproductive value. I don't want to raise another man's kid. I don't want you sleeping with another man. So if you sleep around, then that indicates that you would probably be more inclined to sleep with a man or cheat on me.
Right. Well, I mean, just to very quickly piggyback off of that, because Q, literally, you're right about everything you just said, but I would just add that paternity testing is a brand new invention. This was not something that men could ever do. And from the evolutionary perspective, if that is the case, why wouldn't men look for women who were devoted only to them to assure the paternity of their child, who they're going to be spending their resources on? Would that be correct in that worldview, Q?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. A man doesn't want to invest resources in a child that's not potentially his. And if he can't guarantee a woman's paternity in some shape, form, or fashion, then he would potentially be raising a child that's not his, which is detrimental to his genetic legacy. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you got me. You're right. I get your point. There are more reasons for that than just insecurity. I still be in this, like, I think one reason for this can be insecurity, but I get your point, and I just say, yes, you're right. There are like more reasons to be to care about the body count. Yeah. Okay.
There's more though, Q, right? There's more.
There is more. There is more.
What are they?
Okay, then you have STIs. You have the risk of STIs. Women contract STIs easier than men. And let's be honest, if you really know that women sleep around, women aren't making every man that they sleep with wrap it up, which means the likelihood of contracting a STI would probably be higher if you sleep with a promiscuous woman. So there's a disgust factor involved, sexual disgust. Men typically aren't as powerful in sexual disgust as women, but there is the probability of contracting a STI.
Now, Q, isn't it also that there's a likelihood that women are less likely to wrap it or have a man wrap it up when they're ovulating?
Absolutely. That is also true. Yep. That is a finding as well. Women tend to, especially if they cheat, they tend to not make the man wrap it up when they're cheating, which goes back to the likelihood of you potentially getting pregnant by another man.
Okay.
What else, Q? What else? You got more.
You talk about I know what you're talking about.
Wait, what?
You talk about the video that I had where I broke down like all the different types.
I mean, I know you already got more though.
Well, let me see. Do I have more?
Or greater likelihood for infidelity.
Yes, the
right?
greater likelihood of infidelity.
Pair bonding.
Pair bonding, yes. A lot of people get this as a misconception, but if I'm sure you guys have heard about pair bonding. Have you guys heard about pair bonding?
Can I ask a question to you, Q?
Yeah,
There's also, I think, even a even more rudimentary reason why it shows security rather than insecurity. I don't want to share my shit. Right? I don't want to share what's mine. I don't want to give other men things that belong to me because it's mine. Right?
Absolutely.
So I assume when I think of a woman who is very loyal or virtuous, I think a woman who says that she would share me, I think that would be not virtuous of her. I think that would show insecurity on her part, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that she would only want me to be with her. I would see that as a sign of virtue. Why wouldn't I see that the other way, right? I don't want another man to have my stuff. It's mine, right? That's my stuff. That's mine.
Right.
And I think as rudimentary as that sounds, and as silly as that sounds, doesn't that appeal to you guys in some way? If a man says, I don't want anybody to have you but me, isn't that appealing?
Do you women like that? Women say that?
You're referring to me?
Like just in general, is it for the panel? Like,
I think you should, yeah.
Yeah, if a man says you're mine or he's territorial over you, does
Talking about pair bonding?
do you find that attractive? My girl finds that attractive. Yeah. She actually voices that. She, when I voice my concerns when it comes to her and any potential guys that she talks to, she says, no, I like the fact that you say you don't want another man to have me or you're territorial over me. Yeah, so the pair bonding thing, like I was saying, a lot of people think that women sleeping with a lot of men reduces their ability to pair bond, but actually it's an indicator because women who sleep around actually already are more likely to have an inability to pair bond, which is why they sleep around. Like if you have an avoidant attachment style, you probably already aren't built to maintain a long-term relationship. So as I said, back to it being a good proxy for why we don't want women who are promiscuous, it indicates you just won't stay loyal and you won't stay around.
What's the other one? It's like greater likelihood of reporting relationship dissatisfaction.
Yeah. Greater likelihood of reporting relationship dissatisfaction. If you've slept around, of course, you have more sexual partners to compare your current sexual partner to. And if you've had better dick in the past, then you have a higher likelihood of not being satisfied with the guy that you're currently with, which becomes problematic. If you're sexually insatiable or you're dating a guy who doesn't know your body, then you're more likely to leave him because he can't sexually satisfy you as well.
This shit happens to dudes too. You know what I mean? Like not all pussies created equal, you know?
Yeah, I get this point.
Like I'll put most pussies good pussy,
I don't,
but like there's some pussy that's like super sane level. You know what I mean? She knows what I'm talking about.
I don't disagree with what you said, but you can also be unsatisfied, like with your partner, even if you hadn't like other sexual partners before, just because the sex is like terrible. Like it can.
Well, I don't understand. What would you have to compare it to?
Sorry?
If a woman had never had a sexual partner but you, what would she be comparing that to?
I mean, it's not the point of comparing, but it's just the point of being not satisfied.
How would she even know she wasn't satisfied if she has nothing to compare it to?
She just know that she's not happy with the sexual life.
Yeah, perhaps, right? But she wouldn't know what she was missing on the other side, right? Because there would be nothing to compare it to.
Absolutely right, Andrew.
But don't we wish, like, for everybody to be sexual?
No, I don't wish that people were fucking to so that they could experience as much as possible to find the right one. No, I don't wish that. I think it's actually rather silly.